My name is Ann Blackwood. I'm 51 years old, married. I have two children. My daughter is 19. My son is 15. I work for the Greater Johnstown School District as an AIS teacher. I was also diagnosed on January 17th, 1995 with clinical depression, anorexia, obsessive compulsive disorder, agoraphobia. I think that's everything with that. I knew when I think it was about 5 years old, that there was something different about me. I knew I was different from the other children, and I felt different, and I just wished when I looked at them that I could feel the way they did. And I never did. And things just progressively got worse as I got older. And when I was 30, I had a nervous breakdown. My greatest support was my dad. The stigma attached to this kind of illness, which it is, it's an illness, a disease like high blood pressure or heart disease. Thanks to him, I was able to get over the embarrassment I had to seek psychiatric treatment. I remember the first date of my appointment. It was January 17th at 11:15 a.m. As far as my recovery process, after my initial visit to the psychiatrist who put me on medication at that time, I believe I had to go every 2 weeks so he could monitor my progress, how my body was reacting to the medication. And I was fortunate because my first combination of medication did help me. Taking psychiatric prescriptions does have, again, there's the word stigma attached to it. A lot of people I know try to use a quote natural talk therapy, but if you had high blood pressure, would you talk about it and expect it to go away? If you had heart disease, would you go talk to your family and it's going to cure your heart disease? No, probably not. So for me, and in my personal opinion, talk therapy, psychotherapy, they generally will not work, and the ultimate outcome is not a good one. Due to the depth of my depression, it does lead to the other diagnoses that I had. I got to a point I could not even swallow food. My weight dropped to, I believe it was about 95 pounds, which then escalated to the fear of leaving my house, which is agoraphobia. I still was showing horses then, and most people at the horse shows thought I had hired a young child to, I'm gonna cry, a young child to show my horses because I was so small and so skinny. My dad would tell me that I looked like something from a concentration camp, and yet I still believed I was too fat. One of the things I did forget that I was diagnosed with was I had very strong suicidal tendencies. I had made a suicide plan for many, many years, and I finally got to a point that I was going to carry it out. My husband was gone hunting for many days. I was home alone. And I had just decided I'd had enough and it was time to carry out that plan. I had gone to my temple with every intention of carrying it out. And what stopped me, oddly enough, was my dog. I realized I was the only one here to take care of the dog. And if I followed through with that plan, there'd be no one here to put him out. I wish that when I was going through that horrible dark time in my life, that everything you see on TV now about how mental illness isn't a stigma and the drugs that they have for depression was on then, because I thought I was the only person in the whole world who felt like that. I thought I would be put into a mental institution. And now I have two beautiful children and a husband and a life that I can actually enjoy.